we put in the use of our customers. My name is Alexandru Pătrașcu, and I'm the Chief Operations Officer of Beambox Global Services. You might have not heard too much about us, and the name of the company might sound too cocky, but the real thing is that our business is in the heart of the internet. Therefore, we are bound to think globally. It is not just an ambition, as we are now offering top-notch data center services, not just in Romania, but also in Vienna, London, New York, to say the least. But I'll come back on this subject a little bit later. We are a team of 50 people committed to our customers. It's a team built around a core group of IT professionals who have worked and collaborated for as long as 20 years. It is incredible, even for me, to look back and see the path we walked together. I would not bore you with more of this, apart from introducing two key people you may already know. Mr. Tiberiu Croitoru, our founder and CEO, who's been involved in the telecom industry since the beginning of the internet in Romania. He is the heart and soul of this journey called Beambox, and you may have already met him on various occasions, like this early year event in Prague, Microsoft Ignite, or in 2018, when he was awarded as Partner of the Year by Cisco in Las Vegas, USA. The other person I would like to introduce is also our latest addition to the team, Mr. Costi Neacșu, Chief Marketing and Sales Officer. I'm sure you all know him since his successful career with the LEF. Most of you were partnering with him by then. Costi is a multiple awarded professional by Microsoft, Microsoft Country Partner of the Year in 2017 in Washington, D.C., Best Cloud Service Partner, and Best Channel Developer in 2018. Since we've got to this point, I will not cease to mention at any time the importance of our partnership with Microsoft, which is strategic for us. Our company was initially created as an internet service provider. We connected to the internet and, we can say, to the future, a whole lot of companies. This industry background makes our data center to be one of the best connected to the internet from Romania. We use no less than 6 major national and international networks that provide to our customers the best routes to any destination in the world at a very high speed. We are connected to Cogent for better access to Americas, Hurricane Electric for Europe, and Tata Networks for Asia, and also to Vodafone, RDS, and Balkan 9 for Romania. And we are talking here about real-time systems that benefit most from these features like VoIP. And speaking about voice, we also provide telephony with our dial plan interconnected with all the national voice providers. But anyway, that's not the main topic of this conference and of our presentation. I just want to underline this background as the telecom industry is a very particular one. It gathers a lot of knowledge exceeding the simple IP routing technology. And as a natural trend, we expanded our catalog of services beyond that. And in our case, these value-added services became our main business. Let's start with our state-of-the-art data center, an innovative modular concept compliant with Tier 3 standard. Do you know what this means? The design is spectacularly simple, consisting in some industrial containers merged to form a real strong enclosure for the racks it hosts. It's bulletproofed against earthquakes thanks to its small footprint and high resistance of the container itself. That goes too for the power container built separately. Everything is redundant. The power grid, including the power generators, the batteries, and the cooling systems. On top of this, we use green energy, solar and wind power, which is as little as they contribute, they provide discounts from the energy bill. You can see here a picture of the outside of the data center by the time it was built. Unfortunately, I cannot show you here the solar panels, but they are on the top of those containers. The small footprint forces us to be very, very well organized with the cable infrastructure, and I will show you a picture from the inside of this container, which looks like this. The data center has a complex monitoring and security system. It covers 3 levels. The monitoring itself, covering security, fault management, and performance. The second level of management, it is doing the management of resources, work orders, and safety, and also the analysis level, covering capacity and power usage. We always invite customers and partners to visit our data center, and it became something like a cliché to record their impressed reactions. And this is not only our only data center. We have another one in a secondary location in Ploiești, providing the basis for any disaster recovery plans our customers may have in mind. But speaking about our presence, that's not all. If any of our customers plans to expand globally, we provide data center services in London, Manchester, Amsterdam, Vienna, Prague, Bratislava, Fremont, Chicago, and New York. This is the bare bone of our business. We managed to build on this infrastructure a whole stack of services covering the most various needs from the small and medium companies up to enterprise level. I'm proud to show you the core of this catalog of services as a preamble to the most sophisticated ones that I will present in more detail later. As I said before, we are still able to provide internet access. And along with this basic service, we can provide even more related network services like IPsec VPN, which is site-to-site or multi-vendor, MPLS network, high-speed, low-latency switching and routing, and all of the above being protected by next-generation firewalls, Cisco, Barracuda, Fortinet, and some other. Then we go along with the hosting business, web hosting and mail combined in cost-effective solutions for any pocket. It's not only about collocation or server renting services, but we can go as low as to provide virtual servers for as little as €8 per month subscriptions. We use multiple solutions for virtualization built on the latest blade server technology like Cisco UCS, and we provide this kind of service also at the enterprise level like anybody else with VMware. And once we've started this, we are going the extra mile. In 2017, we reminded ourselves our mission statement, which is that we strive to connect people, information, and ideas around the world by providing the world's best telecommunication and data center services. Therefore, we decided to enhance our industry-standard virtualization solutions with the most innovative and new cloud technologies. After an extended analysis, we shortlisted a couple of cloud on-premises solutions, and in 2018, we ended up with the first implementation of Microsoft Azure Stack for commercial purposes in Romania. It was also the second one in the whole Eastern Europe. Many arguments were favoring this choice, but the most important aspects were the benefits for our customers. I'll mention here just the first 3. First of them is the incredible low latency, which also has a huge impact on performance, especially when dealing with SQL databases. The second one is data sovereignty, meaning exactly that the customer's data are stored in Romania or in the country where the Azure Stack is placed. And another geographical benefit, CEO optimization. All these benefits go together with what Azure Public has to offer. It turned out that the choice we made when we preferred Azure Stack over other solutions was right. All the customers we have for this service were evaluating similar service offers, and they found the right solutions to their needs in our Azure Stack. The question is, Why would you prefer Azure Stack? But the best thing is that we can be as close to help our customers as Azure Stack architectures allows us to be involved. If needed, we can help in any aspect the customer can require, as you can see in this slide. The main reason why somebody would choose Azure Stack or Azure Public over any other virtualization solution is the elimination of overhead implied by the addition of new virtual machines for any application server. Instead, Azure Stack allows consuming just resources: CPUs, storage, networking, database tier, web tier, that you can add or remove without adding or removing a virtual machine. And even more, when you import a virtual machine in Azure Stack, you have the option to leave it as it is, as a plain old infrastructure as a service. Still, you also can move it to platform as a service by allocating the required resources instead of a virtual machine. And this is precisely what differentiates Beambox on the local market. It's not the fact that we use Microsoft Cloud technology to compete with other virtualization solutions. It's the fact that Azure Stack is a model of a platform as a service, which is the next step after the traditional infrastructure as a service. Some important features of our Azure Stack implementation. Automated resource deployment. As I mentioned before, the most powerful feature of Azure Stack is that you don't have to build more VMs. You don't have to insert VMs into a cluster. You don't have to set up external load balancers. You don't have to create more SQL Server nodes and bring your clusters up and down to change capacity. You just add resources to your application, and these resources are dynamically added. Guaranteed bandwidth. Hybrid cloud can mitigate connectivity issues by creating guaranteed bandwidth between on-premise and cloud. High level of security. Company culture is sometimes a key fact. Many people in executive positions may be reluctant to store sensitive data in the public cloud. Moreover, some organizations are restricted from storing data outside the country. That's one place where these demands are met, in Azure Stack, which is located in a data center near you, but you can also work disconnected from internet. GDPR compliance. We are now able to help any organization to meet the new European regulation for data protection, which stands for GDPR, by shifting their business to Azure Stack hybrid cloud through a well-structured business plan. Cloud app development. Azure Stack facilitates a quicker development of cloud application by building components thereof directly in the Azure marketplace. As for the security, we've got you covered. Just check out the highlights. BitLocker encryption, data in transit encryption, secret management, meaning password rotation, code integrity, like whitelisting of applications by Window Defender Device Guard, Window Defender Credential Guard, which prevents pass-the-hash and pass-the-ticket attacks, anti-malware, and constrained administration model through Administrator Portal, Azure Resource Manager, privilege, endpoint multiple layers of ACL. On top of that, we developed an application called Cactus, which greatly helps to migrate the customer's infrastructure from on-premises to the cloud. Just look at what it can do. Azure Stack subscription authentication, manage virtual machines, create, resize, delete, restart, shutdown, manage disks and disk encryption based on generic classifications such as disk types, SSD. Sorry, that was a glitch. Manage virtual networks easily without the need to know each custom provider's terminology. Manage load balancers and auto-scaling using generic terminology. Monitor your resources both from a technical view and commercial info. Use storage services like object, block, file without the specific know-how. and add backup for disks and instances without the cloud-specific know-how. The Azure stack implemented in 2017 is now full. As we constantly look into the benefits of the technology, we learned a lot in the past, and we strongly believe in the added value of this virtualization solution. So we decided to invest more in it. Therefore, we considered expanding our cloud with not just another instance of Azure Stack, but with another 6 of it. One of them is already taken by a project called Smart Home. Another one is dedicated to an Internet of Things project. But we are able now to offer a new level of services like Azure Stack as a service, which is primarily a lease of an Azure Stack cluster in our data center or directly on the customer's premises. We can also manage the cluster or let the customer administer it. Benefits are obvious. As Azure Stack has a high cost, leasing it transforms the CapEx pressure into operational expenses, while the customer has the opportunity to operate this on cloud premises. I might add to all of the above that Beambox is alongside Telecom, one of the 2 authorized Microsoft partners in offering QMTH, which stands for Qualified Multi-Tenant Hoster, a particular program which allows virtualization of Windows 10 and Microsoft 365. So, in a nutshell, as you can see on the screen, partnering with us means a small step for us, a huge step for you in digital transformation. And I want to stress again the main benefits of Azure Stack. The lowest latency time for Azure service in Romania, data sovereignty, all your data is physically stored in Romania, high performance CEO, high-speed connectivity to your cloud, which can go up to 10 gigabits fiber optic link. So hurry up. We are looking for partners, as we discovered over the last years that there is no other business like cloud business. It is the kind of business where everybody can come up with a solution and everybody is seeking to satisfy the needs of the final customers. But the most important thing is that everybody can benefit from it. The customers come first, and so are all the others who participate in building a solution for him. Therefore, please feel free to share your thoughts, requests, or proposal to this email address that you can see on the screen, azurestack@beambox.com or sales@beambox.ro. And as for potential partners, don't hesitate to contact my colleague Costinașu. Also, thank you to all our partners. Thank you again to you. If there are any questions, I have here next to me Mr. Emanuel Neagu, who is our Microsoft specialist, and he can answer to any technical questions. And I also have several colleagues from the marketing, sales, and technical departments looking forward to meeting you in the virtual booth and lounge. Don't forget, our reserve table is in the lounge is with number 4. Thank you very much.